Everybody, Joe Coffey here for PremierGuitar.com. We are at the LA Amp Show 2010, and we're checking out stuff from WattGrinder Engineering. I've got Daryl here with me. Daryl, how are you, sir?
Great, Joe. Thanks for coming in.
Good. You may recognize him as the guy behind Tone Grinder, but check this out. He's got a new line of cabinets we're going to talk about, right?
We are. This is in addition to the X100 series tubes that we've been working on, so now we have a new line of cabinets out. Currently, what we were able to finish with 3 different models, if you will. And if you look very carefully at the bottom as he's panning, you will see that we're using 15-inch guitar speakers to companion up with our 12-inch designs. The thinking behind this, of course, because we are so different, is we wanted to add more body to the sound. Again, that was the idea. And where this all came from, frankly, was obviously some of the Stevie Ray Vaughns of the world and those types were using 15s. Very unique sound. Mainly, however, with more modern sound that we're getting, 7- and 8-string guitar players. They're the ones that really took notice to this. With a 15-inch speaker, you obviously have the frequency range of the notes that are coming off of those strings. Now they're getting their fundamental note coming out instead of just a bunch of noise coming off a 12-inch speaker, which is simply not capable of producing that note. At the NAMM show last year, this is where we introduced this. The 7- and 8-string guys came over from a neighboring booth, demoed our cabinets, demoed their guitars. We had a wonderful relationship, and again, people were amazed like they were with the tube. How do you do that? How did you get that sound? They were just, it was unbelievable. And we did a stereo amp display of this where we could just take the 15 out of the mix and let them play their guitars while they were going at it, and they heard their 12s just the way they were used to hearing it, and they went, uh-oh, now we get it.
Wow.
So we were real happy for that. They were thrilled with it. And it's been a very popular cabinet. Now, even for 6-string guitars like me, I like to play blues and a little bit of rock and that kind of stuff. Well, it has added dynamic range to my playing, and the sound feel that I'm now getting, and the feel of it is amazing. So I'm thrilled with it. Just personally, I like it.
So when you talk about the 12s going with the 15s, yes. So say ideally you would have this 412 on top of this 215 here.
Correct. That would be your ultimate stack. That's for sure.
And I've noticed the cabinets are really deep, and you know, on the 12 fronts, it's not quite as angled as a Dominator, but you know, you've got the angle thing going here, and you were talking about how that really fills the space.
Well, we came up with this, and again, it's not necessarily new, but I think it needs to be put out there, and for WattGrinder, I want it. And the thinking behind this is a vertical slant fills the sound, or will fill the venue properly, I believe. It'll push the sound where it belongs, at your head, so the listening audience can hear it. A horizontal slant cabinet is going to push the sound over your head into the ceiling, especially if the stage is up higher. There's no way to hear it, and it's a mid-range device. Our ears are tuned for that. So, simply put, I just came up with something physical and mechanical that will help you hear it. That's it.
Well, and I would recommend people go find a chance to hear these in person. I mean, we're talking about 15s and 412s, and the girth involved is very hard to translate, you know, via video, and we're going to do our best here anyway, just to kind of give people an idea of what we're talking about. So tell us where we're mic'd up, what you're playing through.
Okay, so first let's do this. Let's talk about the cabinets that are here. You just introduced the full monster stack, the 412, 215. Next to that would be the 212 vertical, 115 wide body, what I call wide body. And to the right of that is my compact series. It's a 112 ported cabinet, a 115 compact ported cabinet. These are all closed back cabinets, all 8 ohms. So what we're going to play through is the wide body 15 212 vertical. I'm using the Marshall JTM 45. It is loaded with an X100 red tone grinder in V1 only. I'm also using a Tone Candy distortion pedal. It's an amazing pedal, and that is a great sound for distortion. I'll play clean first just to get a feel of the dynamics of this. We'll kick some distortion, and just hopefully this will pick it up, and we'll have a good demo for that.
And for the record, we've got a 57 on one of the 12s. Off axis.
Excellent, we do. Okay, let me see what I can do for you here. All right, just some basic rhythm chords, pretty clean sound, no distortion added at this point. A little bit of delay. Here we go again. So it's a nice body of sound right there. Okay, so let's put a little heavy distortion on it, good lead, and see if we can get some bite, maybe a little bit of a blues thing happening here. It does a great job in holding up with anything we throw at it. It's got a wonderful body of sound.
There's a lot more high-end than I would have expected.
That 15 is actually rather remarkable. It's designed to do that. It is a guitar speaker. That's the whole point. But it has a wonderful crossover point to match with the 12s to get to the lower registers. And the harmonic overtones that's even coming off a strict 6-string guitar now is coming out of that 15. And you just heard it all.
Very cool. Yeah. What should we know about pricing?
Well, we offer this in a bunch of flavors. It's competitively priced, frankly. For example, the compact cabinet, a 112 with that quality, it's Baltic birch, metal grill, the whole deal. You're looking at, I think it's roughly the $700 range for that single cabinet. The 212 single 15 wide bodies, these are closer to the high 900s, I believe, with metal grill. We also offer it in a grill cloth. It's cheaper with a grill cloth. These get to, I think they're roughly $1,100 a piece, as you see it.
Okay.
And we're using Eminence speakers, by the way.
Okay.
That's something we work with very carefully with them. The 12-inch are off-the-shelf Eminence. The 15s, we actually work with Eminence to get the right impedance and the right coils and the things that we want to get that sound.
Custom
It's these certainly are. We'll see what happens in production at this point. But yeah, right now they made these for me, so we're very pleased with that.
I know some people have experimented with different kinds of metal in various parts of the cone. It looks like you've got something metallic in the center.
That's an Eminence standard, believe it or not. That dust cone is a standard offering from them. Now, what I did do on my speakers, though, is I am using the cast baskets for them, not to stamp steel. So they're much heavier, very brawny. I think it offers a much better quality device. I think it resonates better. So we're trying to go high end on all of this. Really, you know, like the tone grinder tube, we're using good ingredients in there and we get a better cookie.
Okay.
So same thing with the cabinets.
If people want to find out more, where can they go?
Please go to 3dub.wattgrinder.com. There will be new photos coming up, a new website coming in, and all of the information will be posted.
All right. Daryl, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Joe.
Sure appreciate it. I'm Joe Coffey. You're watching PremierGuitar.com.